for supply, and it's more or less a logistic problem moving the product from the south to the north. And then he also referenced the forex crisis that we're currently having, amongst other conversations. So now we're asking you, do you buy the explanation of Mr. Mele Kyari on subsidy payments? Do you see this as just an intervention as opposed to the subsidy that many people think it is? Now, what do you think about the 2024 timeline for Nigerians to become a net exporter of PMS? And finally, how would you generally rate the current management of the oil sector, both the downstream, basically the entire oil sector? What do you think about the general operation of the oil sector? We'll open the phone lines in a bit, but let's hear from Fuad's side. We know his perspective, but then I will give you an opportunity to reinforce your earlier points and tell us what you generally think about this situation. Fuad.
All right, I'll make it very brief.
Yeah.
I listened to Mr. Mele Kyari because, again, that's the center of what we're discussing this morning. And like I told you earlier in the morning, a lot of distortion of information, a lot of double speak, a lot of vague promises, unrealistic timelines, half-truths, outright lies, and nothing inspiring, really, from what he said. I think it would have been better to not say anything than, try to say so much and say nothing, practically, not even little, nothing was said. But it is what it is. This is not the first time. I think we're used to Mr. Mele Kyari trying to, mess with our brains. He tries to be too, there's a way he talks that, sometimes you try to make some sense of what he's saying, and at the end of the day, you get yourself more confused. I understood when you said earlier in the morning that you started feeling some form of headache, trying to read through and trying to patch everything together, because it's a lot of work really to patch all of the things he was saying, when this is a man that speaks and you are going right, and then suddenly you find yourself on the left hand side of the divide again, from what he's saying. The reality is that, yes, the government may not be able to make a subsidy payment pronouncement because subsidy payments are supposed to be appropriated for. It's supposed to be captured in the budget, and since officially it was June,
ended in June, July,
and all of that. So anything that is happening now, it will be running foul of the law if the government now comes out to say they are now paying subsidy.
Right.
Because again, it's either you do a supplementary budget or something to now capture what you have done. But that's the first excuse they can give for the government not admitting that subsidy is back. The others would be that, again, it now rubs off on them as not having good thinking when it was announced, no plan and all of that. So maybe the government still wants to hold on to some ego on it. But for the sake of accountability, probity, and good conscience, I just think it's right for the government to say, look, this is what is happening. Call it whatever name, intervention, quasi-subsidy payment. Something is happening. Somebody's bridging the gap somewhere. And it's clear that, look, we can't have rising crude oil prices. When subsidy was removed, what was the price of crude oil? To the extent that we are now buying at this price. And if the NNPCL, which says they've deregulated the downstream sector, are still pegging prices, you are still hearing statement from government that, prices would not rise.
Right.
You can't say that in a deregulated market. It means that there's still a form of regulation going on in a supposed deregulated market. Maybe to ensure Nigerians don't feel too much pains or much more pains again from what they're already feeling. But the government should come out and say, okay, something is happening, this is what is happening, and all of that. I know that we are bridging the gap somewhere, leveraging on the capacity of the NNPCL to have access to forex. But that bridging itself means that somebody is doing something somewhere, whatever name you call it. Subsidy is back. These are just mere semantics. It means that, look, what we should earn, we are using it to do something somewhere to ensure that we keep prices at this level. The other one of, issuing out licenses. I said it before, even if you give out 10 million licenses, you have to create a structure somewhere to ensure that the licenses are activated. And how do you activate an importation license?
Grant them access to forex.
They must, because they are not going to use Naira to go and buy these things. Unfortunately, they will tell you that, look, we have just one market now because we have harmonized it. But you still have the I&E window, you have the black market. The problem is that the I&E window, nobody's getting anything from it. God knows the spirits and ghosts there, getting everything. And then everybody has to still go back to the black market for forex. So, and the margin is big, 770 to about 1,000. It still gives room for all manner of racketeering, as far as forex is concerned. So we need to fix that part of it too. And then on the timelines of refineries because he didn't say refineries. He said net exporter.
Export. Yeah.
Because he wasn't directly talking about that refinery. He said Nigeria was going to be...
They never do.
Eh?
They never talk about the refineries.
That's one conversation you don't really find them talking about. So he just said, Nigeria was going to be a net exporter in 2024. And I felt that, look, was this to just excite Nigerians, as they usually do? They use too many timelines to
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, please. If we were to scrutinize that statement, I know he did not outrightly say that the refineries will be operational, but for us to export a product, we definitely have to refine it, and our refineries are not working.
Yeah.
Although, can we say that with the statement he put out that there's 4 consortia, currently working to
those
rehabilitate
are pipelines,
the pipelines? Would that's what I'm saying. Would that directly impact our ability to maybe be able to refine and export?
If they want us to believe, there's nothing that is impossible, Sage. Miracles happen. So, but if they want us to believe this miracle of us being a net exporter of PMS in 2024, they should tell us what they are doing. Okay, this is what we're doing. We have 4 refineries, all of them 445,000 barrels per day refining capacity. We've been told by experts that even the Port Harcourt refinery, the landmass, has the capacity to accommodate 4 extra refineries. So, okay, are we doing all of that? So people that build these refineries had a plan, Sage. They planned for today, this day that we are in now. That was why they built those refineries. Anything happens in the national market, you are saved from it. You can take care of yourself. I remember some of our guys telling me that, look, what we're supposed to do was to meet up per quarter, but also ensure that all of those refineries on a daily basis get 445,000 barrels per day. We refine for local consumption. Yeah. We price to our own needs. We take it off the problem of dollars.
So it's in Naira.
So
Forex has nothing to do with us.
So that when people try to aggregate this conversation and continue to compare us to Benin Republic, Cameroon, and
non-oil producing countries.
When you talk on this matter, you have to... Apple and oranges, you can't compare them. You have to talk about apple and apple. If you are looking at the problem of Nigeria and trying to make excuses for the failure of government, let us compare ourselves to other oil-producing nations. And the easiest one we can use as a basis for comparison is Angola, which is a sub-Saharan African oil-producing nation. What are they doing that we are not doing? And like I said, it's a blessed nation, but I think there's a problem somewhere with leadership.
All right, thank you very much, Fuad. That is going to be our only focus for the day. It's a very broad conversation. I can assure you there's enough points to raise from this. So we're focusing basically on the oil sector. And like I said before, we're talking about the explanation of Mr. Mele Kyari on the subsidy payment and the denial on the return of subsidy. Also, we're asking you the 2024 timeline that has been put forward to Nigerians as the time in which Nigeria may become a net exporter of PMS. How realistic do you think this is? And also, generally, if you were to do an appraisal of the oil sector at this time, what would be your analysis? 0913-6000-410 is the phone line. That is 0913-6000-410. We also have WhatsApp and text messages. You can reach us via those platforms as well. The number is 0913-6000-430. That's 0913-6000-430. We're live on Facebook and YouTube. I can see some of your messages already. On Facebook and YouTube, we are at Mainland 98.3 FM. You have 2 minutes. It's 2 minutes for every person who calls in. So please try to fit in all your submission into that 2 minutes. And again, I would like to emphasize, this is not a conversation about Mr. Mele Kyari. We're not talking about the individual. We're talking about his statement, what he said. So do not attempt to assassinate his character in there. Get straight to the point. Tell us what you think about his statement and not what you think about the man in himself. Okay? If you do so, like I always say, I'll be forced to discontinue this particular conversation. But I was trying to be nice. I said discontinue. You said cut you. You said cut you. All right, let's no, you're just too straight to the point. Let's open the phone line and take submissions. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, Master.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Fuad.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, my name is 𝗃𝗍𝗁 from Ikorodu. Yeah, I think to start with, that Mele Kyari, whatever his name is, the guy, to me, he has outlived his usefulness in NNPC. If NNPC has now, the state it is now limited liability company. So why is he there as a government appointee? They're supposed to have reorganized their own board members there now and appoint another person. You understand? So him being there, he make that place very opaque. You understand? There's no transparency. We don't even know what is happening there. He comes out and gives us fake information that cannot be relied upon. You understand? So if the place has been deregulated, just like Mr. FUHAD said. Why is NNPC now detecting price now? Why the people have been given license, not access to forest? How can they now operate? Do you understand? How can they now operate? Are they deceiving us or are they deceiving themselves? If it's okay, the place has not been deregulated. Why is NNPC alone having access to forest? Why the government not directing central bank to also make sure that the independent marketers are also have access to forest? Because without forest, how can you now import fuel? You understand? And with what is happening now, NNPC only they come, they import, they dictate, they fix the price, and they go. I mean, it's just rubbish. It's just rubbish. You understand? So the oil, the market. I mean, how they call it, the oil sector in Nigeria. I don't think it is being run the way other countries, run their own, who are actually blessed with oil. You understand? Not because because of our laziness, we don't even go into other mineral resources that God has blessed us with. We concentrate only on oil. You understand? Because it is very quicker to go and collect it and sell, and get back your own money.
Thank
you. You understand? So it becomes a kind of, I don't understand.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your submission. FUHAD.
In competition, there's what is called an unfair advantage. You can't give me license and tell me to go get my forex in the black market at over 8,000 naira, whereas the NNPC is also importing and they have forex at a better rate. I won't be able to compete. Ordinarily, are supposed to be the market forces they're talking about, but those other guys cannot go ahead and import with the rates at the black market. They are not going to be in business.
Well, thank you very much, FUHAD, for that clarification. Hello.
Good morning, Babalola.
Hey.
Professor Koboko.
Yes.
I agree to your colleague in studio and the analyst.
Yeah.
I was expecting to hear more of for the fact I will be working than to tell me, say, you are going to export more crude oil. They have been exporting crude oil before I was born. Mama Chukura, who I used to buy the snuff in Ojota, said she wants to buy low price of fuel. He don't need anything. Yesterday, 1 plate of Gari Ojota white was 1,006. Bread I bought 902 months ago was 1,005. Another thing I want to tell you is, say, Nigeria has money. I can sacrifice my life to say, Nigeria is more broke. Babalola don't tell me, say, where will the government see money? Nigeria is more broke. Paratani Hospital in Southeast. If we pocketed 800 million naira to have equipped a hospital for cancer and transplant.
Thank you.
That's all. It's our problem.
Thank you so
Are you
much.
hearing me?
Yes, I'm with you. Let's stay on track, please. I'm telling you, hold on. I'm telling you to stay on track. We're not asking you to get off the phone.
Derail.
Stay on track. Talk about PMS, all right? That's what I'm asking you to do.
For 2 minutes. Give us 2 topics for 2 minutes.
It's one topic actually for today. It's one. Let's calm down, all right? I understand the agitation, but then let's stay on track. That's what I'm saying. We have just one focus for the day: the oil sector and the statement by Mr. Mele Kyari. That is it for today. Please stay on track, and you will enjoy your 2 minutes. That's all I'm saying. Hello, good morning.
Hey, Babalola, how are you?
Very well. Good morning, sir.
Yeah, 𝗪𝗵𝘁𝗀𝗏, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Peter.
See, you have given me all the descriptions of the person that is talking. That they will lie, they will propagate, they will do all these things. I want to ask one question. Was Mele Kyari there when Buhari promised us 4 refineries during his tenure? Was he there? Did we hear that promise? Where are the 4 refineries today? How are we going to be a quarter of
Maybe
petroleum? 2024, how many months away from today?
maybe December 2024.
Can you imagine how many months compared to 8 years of Buhari? Well, it's not difficult to export. We can import from Switzerland and export to Ghana. Not that we will produce. Maybe that is what he's talking about. If you ask me my general assessment of the petroleum sector, I will tell you that it is a rot with all that we have been hearing. Now, how long has Mr. President worked with the information of 𝗪𝗪 𝗪𝗪 concerning the military and all the stealing there, all the looting there, all the Oga and Sister Babalola? I don't want to disturb your mind this morning. I just want to tell us that if you believe Mele Kyari in NNPC, because I don't know, they say when somebody stays too long in the latrine, different flies will come and meet him there. And then if the saliva stays too long in the mouth, it becomes water. Mele Kyari has stayed too long in the oil industry. Many things are covered. Let him live.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice day. Let me leave you, my bed. Thank you.
Have a better day. Thank you so much. Let me take this message that we have on Facebook. Issa Benjamin says, good morning, mainland crew. The government of the day is not giving the right information to Nigerians, especially in the petroleum sector. The fact is, people are suffering. We need food, and the borders should be open for food to come in since the farmers do not have access to their farmlands. Also here, they should repair the finery so that there would be reduction in the importation of fuel. The president should also be cautious of increasing the appointment of people that supported him for winning the election at the expense of taxpayers' money.
Too many
Benjamin from Shomole is one of the largest, right?
I think FUHAD just got it.
Yes, and there's 4 of them for media. He now has, I think, 10 SSAs just for media.
This one is something on national orientation.
So it is. I don't know why there's so many people.
In that capacity?
I mean,
telling people
I
how
don't
to
know.
think and behave themselves, or what?
Well, we'll have to wait and see. I'm really curious as to what the job description is exactly. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe tomorrow we'll get more details on that on the front pages of the papers. We have another message here. Olumuyiwa says, good morning, Mainland FM. I think we're no longer in the campaign period, but I'm baffled with the unrealistic projection from the government about exporting PMS in year 2024. Except God wants to do a miracle like the old. There is no indices on ground to believe that statement. They should focus on refining for domestic consumption and stop giving us false hope. Muyiwa from Abuja. Thank you so very much, Muyiwa, for your message. Hello. Hello.
Oh, Sid, good morning.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
My name is Don Peters.
Yes, welcome. Nice to have you.
FUHAD, good morning.
Good morning, Don Peters.
Yes. FUHAD, please, you help me out this morning. I know you are a very experienced journalist, and I have some questions to ask you on this oil matter. We always hear that our refineries are not working. We always hear that our national grid has collapsed. We always hear that our roads are not good. Have you ever, in your years in journalism, heard of the machines they use in drilling the oil got oil? Have you ever heard the machine, all the mechanisms they use it to drill this oil, that it got spoiled or it break down, it's no longer functioning? You know why I'm asking this? This one is very dear to the politician, and they always make sure that it's working to the utmost capacity. But the one that concerns the general public, they always allow it to do whatever they want to do with it. So I'm always confused. If they are on top of their game in the machine they use to drill the oil, why is it that they are not using that pipe? Work on our refinery, work on the things that is benefiting the masses. But the one that benefits them alone, make sure that that one is a priority, is a no-go area. Please, I want you to help me out, because I'm tired of talking about this refinery. Please, you are here in journalism. Have you ever heard where that thing is break down? Please, that is my question to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I don't even know how to answer that because I'm not in the upstream sector to know how this thing is drilled. But I know that we don't really have challenges with how to extract these things, you know. But again, it is what it is. I think little things that we can handle just becomes a big problem that we can't deal with in this part of the world, in Nigeria specifically.
Well, I mean, that's the best way to address this particular situation because it's tough. Fuad, I don't envy you. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Yes, morning to you, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
This is Timothy calling you from Ojo.
Yes, been a while.
Thank you, sir. You know, this morning, sometimes I don't want to talk, but something prompts me to talk. You know the horribleness that Buhari make NNPC to become NNPCL. I would not understand. Up to now, no board member have been set up. So many things are still going on in the dark. I thought our president, be a petroleum minister, would have unbundled that organization and do some kind of forensic audit. Because Up to now, there's no official statement that is coming out from NNPC. Are you with me? Hello?
We're with you. Please go on ahead.
How much liter of petroleum are we consuming a day? This subsidy that is being removed, there are many things that are still covering the atmosphere that is not clear to Nigerians, that are still be done in the dark. Okay, they told us the other time, they borrow money to stabilize forex so that our naira will give value to the dollar. Now he has paid. They borrow money for subsidy, as in to give palliative to people. We have not seen the palliative. And they told us that they have realized about 1.20 trillion naira for the first month of removal of subsidy. Now we are not seeing any effect. Can't we ask our president, who is petroleum minister, what is happening? Are you with me?
We're with you.
Yes. If I may ask this kind of question, am I wrong?
It's well within your right to do so.
God bless you. And where is Mr. President, by the way, to ask this question now? He has not been making himself public for a while now.
Thank you.
God will help Nigeria.
Thank you so
Have a
very
nice
much.
day.
Have
God
a
bless
better
you.
one. Thank you. Thank you for calling. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah, Lady Sage and my friend FUHAD, God bless all of you.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is Barrister Peter Oku. I'm calling from Maryland.
Nice to have you.
Yes. On this issue we are focusing on this morning, I feel highly emotional about it because I have an in-depth knowledge with regard to the petroleum industry, specifically with regard to the refinery. I have worked as a supervisor, as like a manager level, at the biggest refinery in the world, 𝗪𝗀𝗄𝗏 refinery in Houston, Texas. And I can tell you free of charge that these refineries we have here, they say we have 4 refineries. We don't have anything. None of those refineries will work again. I can tell you, because when ask anybody who knows something about refinery, when the catalytic cracking unit of the refinery, which is like the heart and soul of the refinery, when it is not maintained on a yearly turnaround basis, as is as prescribed by the people who made the Japanese, who made the refinery, forget it. That thing is not going to work. They will just be sinking the money inside and nothing will work. For more than 5 years, those refineries have not worked. And money has been approved and embezzled. So they should go and arrest all the people who approved the money, and they should go to jail because they have cheated, they have ripped off Nigerians.
Thank you so much.
So that is my advice. To say that the Port Harcourt refinery is working in December that refinery. We don't have refinery.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate you. Yes, fine.
Just to buttress or probably align myself with what Barrister Oku has just said. Adiola is who told us that there was a time he was in Houston, Texas, at the IOC, this international organization of oil companies conference, and he met with the original asset manufacturers of the Port Harcourt refineries, and he asked them about the possibility of getting refineries to work again, and they told him that look, those refineries will not work. It's not about turnaround maintenance; they are moribund. It's a complete overhaul, more like building a brand new refinery. So again, we take it with cautious optimism this December timeline for Port Harcourt refinery.
All right, thank you very much.
Hello,
good morning.
Good morning.
Morning to you, sir. Your name, where you're calling from?
I am Mr. Frank from Satellite Town.
All right, go ahead, please.
That people rule this country. As people, the power is their hand. They will not allow those refineries to work. They will never allow those refineries to work because they benefit a lot, especially for their own personal interest and their pocket.
that music cannot play those days. Vagabonds in power. They're there. They are still alive. They will never allow any of these refiners to exist. It takes them nothing to pick up those, even one or two of the refineries. But they don't want to work because they have their own specific interests. That's the gospel truth. We all grew up here. We know them. But God Almighty is the only one can bring us out from this hard leaders. God has placed men and women. God has placed in a position to lead us to take us to promised land, and they are disappointing us. God should take away this whole heart from them, give them mind of flesh. But the refinery work. If they want things to work, but these people in power, they will never allow it. That is the truth. And true. Today is my birthday.
Happy
I am
birthday.
Mr. Francis from Palestine.
Right.
Yeah.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Mr.
birthday to you, Mr. Francis.
Please, many people should wish me happy birthday. Pray for me. God will give that battle to him high. So I was 41 years when this problem started. Now I'm almost 69 years today.
All
God
right.
should give my eye, restore my joy, restore my fight back. Who his number in the name of Jesus.
Happy
And
birthday.
people should show me love. Brother, sister, you are hearing my voice there. Whatever God touch your mind.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate you. Happy birthday, Mr. Francis. Congratulations as you start another milestone in your life. We're going to go now to Facebook. 𝗃𝗧𝗃𝗃 says, good morning, Mainland FM. The government has failed on subsidy and they should put their ego aside, accept this moment and create a better way out. They should understand that the lives of the masses is greatly involved in this issue. The way forward should be their focus and not giving unreasonable excuses. God bless Nigeria. Thank you so very much. I took that message from our Facebook platform, so that means you can also go on there, send us your text messages or your Facebook messages rather at Mainland 98.3 FM. We're also streaming live, so that means you can definitely participate in everything going on in the live studio. So drop your comments real time at Mainland 98.3 FM. You can also call us 0913 6000 410 or send us a text message or a WhatsApp message at 0913 6000 430. For those of you who are just joining us, this is Mainland Focus on Mainland 98.3 FM. We're having a conversation about the oil sector. More specifically, we're dissecting the statement that was put out by Mr. Mele Kyari. NNPCL, the federal government, have denied the return of subsidy, and now we're asking you questions around the statement that has been put out. Do you buy the explanation of Mr. Mele Kyari on subsidy payment? The statement that subsidy is not back. As a matter of fact, this is just an intervention fund of some kind to minimize the suffering of the Nigerian people. We're also asking you that what do you think about the 2024 timeline for Nigeria to become a net exporter of PMS? Again, Mele Kyari is informing the general public that by 2024, Nigeria will become a net exporter of premium motto spirit. And now we're asking you finally that how would you generally rate the current management of the oil sector? We're asking you to do an appraisal of some kind of the oil sector. You have 2 minutes per person. That means you have 2 minutes to send in all your submissions. 0913 6000 410. Hello. Morning to you.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning to you.
Mr. FUHAD, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
This is Okangolina.
All right, sir.
I live in Mapuluku.
You know.
So, Mr. FUHAD, you remember I talked about this Mele Kyari. Because how he became the MD, I don't know. When did they hold their AGM? If you say this thing is a private company, what's the relationship between that company and government? I don't even know. So now, going to what he said. He said that they are not, they are just, what the money they paid last time was intervention. If it's intervention, what is subsidy about? Is this subsidy, is it not intervention? So I think they are just trying to twist things to people as if we don't know what we're doing. And it shows that their projection or their attention is on propaganda, just to twist people's idea. Maybe we are children.
Yesterday they appointed 4 people again as how do you call them? Media, strategic, whatever. SA on strategic communication and all that. So it gives you the picture of the focus these people are having. It's so funny. You are paying money on this thing. Tell us that you are paying. Okay, so Mr. FUHAD, you see what I'm saying? If they are using money there and doing an intervention or doing whatever silently, which means money will be missing from the federation account without anybody knowing. There's no accountability. Everything is just shrouded in this thing. But my advice to them is that they should bring back the fuel to the point Buhari left it. Maybe it was 185 or so. They should take it there. If they can do that, we can even forget about the Chicago matter. Bye-bye.
I mean, he just had to slip that in. I mean, come on. I apologize for that. I'm sorry. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Mr. FUHAD, good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir.
It's so funny. What we are hearing this morning, I don't know what to say this morning, seriously.
You've not told us your name.
You know, my name is Samuel. I'm calling from 𝗪𝗵𝗃𝗃.
All right.
Yes. Mr. FUHAD, what is the slogan that this president used when he came into the office? He told us that they renew hope, Abi. So I'm asking a question. Is our hope renewed? Has our hope been renewed? So you see, these people are just deceiving us. The same thing we Nigeria were criticizing former president, that the appointment of people. But do you notice that this present president now, do you know that almost all the revenue generating agencies from CBN, custom, immigration, FRS, all of them, do you know that all those people occupying those positions, they are from the same region, and you can even trace them to Lagos State? Do you know that?
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm listening to you.
So, and these are the issue. People were criticizing the former president. And if you check, even the president, the CBN governor he met, he was not the one that appointed him. The chairman of the Lagos, chairman of Federal Inland Revenue was from the Southwest.
I was thinking
so
you
can
want to talk about the oil sector, but so that we can, keep ourselves focused.
Okay. Talking about the oil sector, I think.
Samuel, I'm sorry, but the time is actually up. It's 2 minutes. This is why I always insist. That's why
link it up somehow. But
please, we have 2 minutes for conversations, and please try to use your 2 minutes judicially. We are talking about the oil sector. There's no need for you to bring region or tribe or even talk about the personality personality into this conversation. Talk about the oil sector. Talk about the statements which have reiterated multiple times on the show. Focus on what has been said rather than who has said it or where they're from. It is not necessarily relevant to today's conversation, please. And it's just 2 minutes for conversation. Turn down the volume on your radio when you call. Hello. Hello.
Yes, I'm here.
Yes, good morning to you.
Madam, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
Mr. FUHAD.
Morning, sir.
May God bless all of you and bless your management. Indeed, may God bless Nigeria, my beautiful country.
Thank you.
Yeah, Prince FUHAD speaking. You see, number one, the purpose of just give 18 license to Nigerians who are interested. They are the one who apply, not they say, oh, I give it to you free of charge. It's there. How many of them be the finalists in this country? Now, all of them Dangote yet. But the Dangote pick his own license, that is buildings, no? Who are building no refinery? Other Nigeria, where have they done with their own license? The fuel we are bringing to the country today, I want somebody to tell me, is it from the government of that country or from private body? If we make Mele Kyari, or what do they call it? Not telling Nigeria, you want to export, you want to do this. The man already offended Nigeria. Why? You give 20% to Dangote refinery when your own refinery is not working. This is where the man commit a lot of offense against me and against some Nigeria. Now, they say, if they call it subsidy coming back, yeah, can they go back to where we are buying fuel at the rate of 190? They've already taken away the subsidy. The one they are bringing back now, any name you call it to me, I'm okay with it. They can call it intervention, they can call it subsidy. What I know very well is Mr. President said, as it is, 600 naira is not go more than this. And that's what I stick to. We are selling food that meant something by 𝗪𝗵𝗁.
Thank you
we
very
are making
much.
a lot of money.
Thank
Money make a lot of dollar. That's
you.
why they should focus on this man. How did he manage that dollar that's coming into your?
Thank you very much. Please, when you get the prompt, round off your conversation. I'm going to go to WhatsApp very briefly. I apologize for the delay in taking WhatsApp messages. A little hiccup, but now everything is under control. So I'll take the messages that we've gotten on WhatsApp so far. We have a message here from Sam from Agodo who says the federal government and NNPC are just reaping the poor and vulnerable Nigerians. It shouldn't be the poor that will pay the stolen money from subsidy, since the government knows the cabal eating from subsidy. Why not chase them and allow the ordinary Nigerians to breathe? The government is not being fair to ordinary Nigerians. All right, thank you very much, Sam from Magodo. I'm going to take another message on here. Good morning. Nigerian politicians, why are you deleting the message? Nigerian politicians can never have a spirit of sportsmanship in election. We're not talking about the election. Thank you so very much for your message. We're talking about the oil sector. Also here, good morning, Mainland FM. This story is yesterday. It's not being reported today. Let me just go back to phone calls and sort out these messages, all right? Hello, good morning. The volume on your radio. Please turn down the volume on your radio when you call. Hello.
Hello, how are you, my dear?
Very well, thank you. Good morning to you.
This is Engineer Nee from Yaba. How are you, FUHAD?
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, bless you, really good.
Amen.
Well, I will say, how are they? What is the feeling of the Nigerians about the management of fuel industry? Well, I will tell you that there is no credibility. The credibility is lost completely because when the refinery that they say cannot work, if it cannot work, and somebody privatize it, why not let it remain in the private hand and let the private people find solution to it? Somebody make allusion to the people that were given license. It is the same. It is the government that succeeded, the government that gave the license, that did not let the private people run it. Even the one in Edo State is there. They did not let them produce. They didn't even give them crude oil to produce. Some people are producing with modular refinery. I know that they cannot produce all products. But the diesel and kerosene that they can produce and some other products, why did let them work? The credibility is not there because the policy, there is no political way from the government quarter to let private have hand in it. And they also told the labor to go and be inspecting the repairs on refinery. What is their business? If they get there, what can they do? Are they not? Is it not the same of the same labor people that are working there? Let the government be transparent enough. We need these things to be in the hands of the private people to run. Don't spend our money on it again. For refineries, if they have the land there, it's not all the components. I'm an engineer. Not all the components there they are more important. Some people, if we can bring more components and make them work, if there is political will, let them be sincere with us.
Thank you.
Otherwise, we know the credibility is not even there. It's zero now from Nigeria quarter.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much. Hello. All right, please try to make it back if that was you. Let me use that opportunity to take the few messages we have here. Good morning, Mainland FM. This is 𝗂𝗂𝗁𝗏 from 𝗵𝗶𝗃𝗏. My opinion on this PMS issue is that we will have more challenges with this open market. The price will keep fluctuating forever. If the government cannot build or repair the existing refineries, then let them be the sole importer of PMS. We need price control in this sector. Okay. If that's what you think is best. Good morning, Sage and FUHAD. We have here, this is Godwin from Ilasa. The meaning of subsidy is a sum of money granted by the state or a public body to help an industry or business keep the price of the commodity or service low. NNPCL MD is not telling the truth. Nothing is free even in Freetown. Hence, if the landing cost of PMS into the country is about 980 while we're selling at 585, then directly or indirectly, subsidy is back. Thank you so very much for your message. We appreciate you. It's quite lengthy. I might not be able to take everything. We have here, good morning, Madam Sage. NNPC operation in the oil industry is bad. Why are they deceiving Nigerians about fuel supply and price fixing? Mr. President, in his maiden statement, said fuel subsidy is gone, but we can see them bringing it back through the back door. All these lies are now known to right-thinking Nigerians. Let the government sanitize the money-spinning agencies and put credible people in sensitive department if the president is sincere in bringing peace and economic development to the land. Noah from Igondo is the author of that message. I'll take a few more phone calls and then round off with the Facebook messages we've gotten so far. 0913-6000-410. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, morning to you.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Ford.
Good morning, Abubakar.
Yes, sir. On this issue of first subsidy and the statement credited to the GND and NPC. For issue of exporting next year, I don't think it's been realistic. That by next year, what we want self-sufficient. If you issue of the export, you should not even leave that. Once we are sufficient enough to take care of our needs, I think the exporting aspect will come. And on the issue of the issue of
we can barely hear you. We can barely hear you.
Oh, God.
Maybe your earpiece or something.
Yeah. Okay.
Bye-bye.
We can hear you now.
We can hear you now.
You can hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect now.
Okay. What I'm trying to say here is that, look, if I'm the president, this GM NNPC, I will ask him to resign. There's no how. We know that government cannot afford to even increase 10 naira on the issue of on oil now. So you trying to curtail, are you trying to peg the price? You should carry the government along. They own the 51%, even though it's been privatized, commercialized. They see the government still have the highest percentage. So why would the government be aware that this is the amount of money that they are trying to, the differences that they are being taken care of? Until laborers and the civil society have to come out to kind of make it known to the public.
Thank you so much.
So me, I don't really actually trust the NNPC, and I wish that the government can just, the president can just lay him up and bring some an expert to take care of this. Thank you very much.
Thank you so very much. We appreciate you, Abubakar, for your submission. Now let's go back to Facebook. Joshua and Dover says, good morning. It's Joshua from Oregon. Why is it that these people like speaking on both sides of their mouth? The man once said that even if we have refineries, the price will not change. And now he's saying another thing. What do these people take us for? Thank you, Joshua. Patrick Obiazo, also on Facebook, says, with such semantics by Kyari, like we are recovering full cost on import, there is no subsidy. Some of the intervention of the government is going on. A man will continue to embarrass himself and the government by laboring to concoct English sentences. Okay, he says here that we would eliminate the word subsidy payment. He can word such deceit in his native language to confuse us, but Nigerians know that subsidy is back. Okay, Nigeria will export as Kyari promised. It's just that Nigerians are not patient, I guess that's what you're trying to say, with their leaders. Fuel is $2 and no one is I'm sorry, but Arinze, if you can reward your message and send it to me so that I don't give out, so I don't read out the wrong thing. So please reward and send it to me if you're able to do so before we leave the studio. FUHAD, Patrick is here saying that we're saying the same thing, but they're choosing to use different words. They're saying intervention, they're saying aid, they're saying so many things. Why don't you just say the word subsidy, which you have highlighted? They can't say subsidy because the budget doesn't cover it and it becomes illegal. Then put out a supplementary budget at least. That seems like a reasonable thing to do.
Transparency.
I cannot take any more phone calls because you people don't stick to time. And then I'm saying it's okay, thank you, good morning. You continue saying, so I cannot take any of your messages. But if we're able to squeeze in one more message before we leave the studio, actually we cannot. So thank you very much for your messages. Thank you so very much. And I apologize for the delay in getting to the WhatsApp messages. We had a little glitch, like I said before, but you can keep sending your messages on WhatsApp as we proceed with the show. FUHAD, thank you so much for your analysis. Like I always say, I don't want your job. It's very tough. I'll just stick to reading the stories and having you talk about it. But thank you so much for calling in. Thank you for reaching us on Facebook. Thank you for texting us, and thank you for dropping your WhatsApp messages. We're more than happy that you want to contribute to the conversations we have on radio. By 9:45 a.m. we will be back with Global View. The Morning Express continues, and Global View will start at 9:45 a.m. Let's talk about what's going on outside the country, and as you know, the highlight of that conversation would be Israel and Palestine and the activities of the Hamas group, and also Israel's position on how they're choosing to tackle this particular, should I say, attack, on their unprecedented attack on their state. My name is 𝗪𝗵𝗁. FUHAD, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
You'll be with us at 9:45 as well. Don't go anywhere. This is the sound of Lagos, Mainland 98.3 FM.
When the airwaves in your market become more and more crowded, it's time to break it open and really stand out. It's here.
Mainland 98.3 FM, the sound of Lagos.